about the students platform. I'll come back to this feature a little later when I assign some activities in teacher's ID. So let me log out of the present ID and I'll log into a teacher's ID. So once I log into a teacher's ID, this is a teacher dashboard. So you can see that if any upcoming class live classes are there, then teacher can know what is that activity about and whom she's assigned, what is the time. And here also it's like if teacher has assigned a homework or a test, you can view the overall view of that activity. And here comes the notice board. Suppose if teacher wants to send notice, we have three ways of posting, that is through announcement, album, and a homework. Suppose if you want to send an announcement, click on that, then give a title. Suppose if I want to say that there's an FA1 exam and I want to share it with a list of a group of students who have been assigned to the teacher. And here you can add an instruction. So I say that go through the attachment of the timetable. And you can click on the plus sign and then that adds the timetable. So teacher can send along with attachment and child can also go through that attachment. Now here comes an option, learn. And here there's an attendance where a class teacher can mark attendance for the day. It's by default present and a teacher can change it to absent. So you can edit the attendance for the day. So here is a learn where a teacher can access to the content from kindergarten to 12th standard. So if you see here, there is a pre-nursery, then list of classes. So let me open a pre-nursery. We get the list of topics and you find here rhymes, we have thinking skills, we have phonics. So whatever relevant to that class, the content is designed. And I was also telling about if a school refers to some private publications, we do have a content which supports. So let me open one of the subject of maths. So I can see here, this is a book one with maths with different chapters, and each chapter has learning content and the assessment elements. And we have a book two with comprehensive mathematics. It also follows with different chapters. Now, sometimes school might follow with science and social for 5th standard. So here comes where I'm going to open a class 5th standard. So I click on EVS. I can get to see here there is a book one with EVS with different chapters. We have book two with festivals. We have a comprehensive EVS. And here comes where we have it, science and social studies. So as the teacher picks the higher classes, the number of subjects will be more. We do have a manual for the teachers, which we have in page by page. Of course, we completely thoroughly train the teachers on how to use the platform, but still teacher has, in each IDs, there are manuals which the teacher can refer to this manual. So this is a page by page. We have another manual in the form of a video. So it goes from the beginning, how to log in and all. And here comes the school platform where a teacher can assign activities. Whatever teacher does the changes here will also reflect in student's ID. So here comes my courses, the list of courses which the teacher is teaching. So let me open one of the course and I'll show you how a teacher can assign activities. So this is where we have a list of chapters and all. So this is in general where you can create your own activities. And when I scroll down below, we have chapters. These are all teacher prepared. Then here comes so we have current electricity, we have different chapters, and every chapter has topics, and topics have different elements. Let me scroll down. There's also another topic, the same topic. So this is another topic. See that there are a list of content, and we have a topic by name force and pressure. That also has different topics, and you can see here there is a web link. So wherever there's a web link, you can access to that. So this is like, if you browse some content from the internet, so entering a keyword, you get list of repository, but getting the relevant class content is not easy. So what we have done is we have preloaded a content from the internet according to the class and subject so that the teacher can use this as an additional content. I'll show you how a teacher can rename a chapter which is there in FlipLearn. Suppose if you feel like you're referring some book and the content is similar, but the the content, the index of it, sorry, I can say that the title of that is not matching. So you can rename it to the choice you want. Suppose here it's force and pressure. Instead of force and pressure, I want to change it to force, pressure, and speed. I'll say and speed. So teacher can rename a chapter which is there in FlipLearn. And if suppose teacher wants to hide some chapter or a topic, that's also possible where you can hide it. Now due to pandemic situation, probably syllabus might cut down, or it's teacher teaching first and then the students to see that later. For whatever reasons you want to hide any chapter, you can hide it. So we go with edit and you can hide it. If not, you can go with topic wise and hide it to go to this topic and hide. So once this is clicked on hide, that means that is hidden from the students and the child cannot see until you open it for them. And suppose if teacher wants to add her own chapters, that's also possible. She can create her own chapters and she can customize it according to her choice. So I go with add topics and I want to add a topic. How many number of topics I want, I can add. Click on add topics. Once you add, so teacher can rename the chapter. She can add different resources to that topic which is created. So teacher has 3 ways of adding content to that same chapter or any chapter which you want. That is, you can pick a content from FlipLearn. You can add your own resources which you have created, and you can add a content from a YouTube also. So I will rename this chapter. I say this as friction. So that means friction related topics I can add from FlipLearn, or I can add my own, or I can go with other sources like Khan Academy or a YouTube. So instead of adding it here, I'll just add it in general. I'll just go with add an activity or resource. And you need to, I mean, whatever resources are there, you can send that as an activity, but child cannot revert back. But whatever activities are there, you can send and the child can revert back to you. So let me go with resources where I want to add a FlipLearn content. So I say this as, so you need to give a title as to what you're going to create this activity about. So I say that I want to send some agriculture video for children. Now I need to add instructions as to what the children have to do with this activity. So I'll say this as, so teacher has 4 ways of giving an instructions. You can type the instructions, you can add a picture and give that as an instructions, or you can add your audio or a video. So let me go with adding an instructions. I would like to show how a teacher can type the instructions. I say students go through the given video. Okay. And the next part is, suppose if I want to record my audio or a video, that's also possible. Just go for recording. I will record my audio. Students, please go through the given video and prepare for test. A teacher has an option to record and she can send that as an attachment. A pre-primary teacher can record her rhymes. She can add whatever, I mean, if you want to add a picture and give some instructions, that's also possible. So you can add multiple attachments. Now, students, please go through the given video. Now display description on course page and come down where I'm going to add a content. So I have an option where I can upload my own, or I can go with the FlipLearn content. So I'll go with FlipLearn content. Teacher can select any class content. And I click on submit. Once you click on submit, so you get the list of chapters. Open the chapter, preview the content before you add. If you feel this is relevant content, you can click on add resources.
Farming in India.
And once you're done, and if you want to send it to all the class and subjects where whom you're teaching for this topic, then you can send it. If not, you can go for a restrict access. So every activity has an option for restrict access where a teacher can choose by sending this activity to group of students or to the individual students. So I'll go with a group, choose the group, and I want to choose an individual student. Suppose if someone has missed out from the other class, you want to add them, yes, I can go with that. So I say that Rahul is the first name of the child. That means Rahul and 8 students will get this activity. And in the class also, once the teacher finished teaching, then she'll set a date and time that the students have to learn by this given time. So here also we have an activity completion where every activity we give this option of Show activity is complete when conditions are met. Student must view this activity, and it's all in teacher's control to set the date and time as to when the children have to complete learning this activity. So I've shown how a teacher can add a content from Step Learn. She can customize a chapter, or she can give that as a learning content to the children. Now I will show how a teacher can add an activity or resource of how a teacher can add a content what she's created. So I'll go with the folder. So teacher can add any type of file. So I'll say this as notes and assignment. Here I'm going to give an instructions, go through the notes and complete the assignment. Now display description on course page. So teacher can add her resources. So go to the file. I'll go with uploading a file. I choose a file, and if teacher wants, she can take then and there the picture and then she can attach it over here. So I want to attach this as an assignment. I'll say this as assignment. Sorry. Now here you'll get to know that what is the size of the file and what type of file you're attaching. So maximum of 50 MB per activity you can attach. So I'll go with choose a file. I want to add this notes. So I see this as notes and upload it. So as I said, a teacher can add up to 50 MB of attachment. So I want to attach one PPT, and my PPT is around 12 pages. I'll say this as notes to an upload. So teacher can add number of attachments. 50 MB is the limit, and here it shows what is the size and what is the type of file you're attaching. So every activity we give a date and time for the completion. So I say that I want the students to learn by today at this given date and time. Now I will show you how a teacher can add a content from a YouTube, or if she's prepared a video and she want to send as a link, yes, she can upload in Google Drive and then send that link so that the child can access it. So I'll go with add an activity or resource, and I'll go for the option of a page. So I'll enter this as I want to send some preposition video. I want to send some grammar of Kannada content. Kannada grammar video. And here I'm going to give this instructions as go through the given video and display description on course page. Scroll down. I go with adding a link. For that, what I'll do, I'll go to a new tab. Please follow my cursor. And then I go with the YouTube. Search the topic what you want to add. So you can add different content. Somewhere if you feel that the content is not there, you want to add something to this, yes, you can just directly take it from a YouTube and add it. Scroll down and search whichever you want. And after you preview that, if you feel this relevant
take
content,
my girlfriend out for a nice dinner, I had to make some money. So that's why I started.
Suppose if I feel this relevant content, copy the URL, and whatever content you sent, you select this, only this will be visible, other resources will be blocked so that the child won't tend to see other things. So I say this as create a link, and I'm going to give a date and time for the child to complete learning with this activity. So adding a title, giving an instructions, and the completion time is common for every activity. Now I'm going to, and whatever time you give the activity completion, the child will get it on the child's timeline so that he will get to know that there is an activity and by when they have to learn and submit that work by the given date and time. Now I will show how a teacher can assign a live class. So as I said, we have 3 ways. So Google Meet is free. So I go with add an activity or resource. Then I go with a live class. So I'll select Google Meet and I say this as a live class. And I'll add my instructions to say, students, attendance is compulsory. Join 5 minutes before along with books. Students, attendance is compulsory. Now scroll down as to say when this live class should be open. So I say that this live class should be open from 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. And I'll say this as 40 minutes of class. And I'll say that this will start at 4 o'clock, and in 40 minutes, that means at 4:40 this class will get over. And save and return to course. Okay, this is showing an instructions by because we're just approaching to the 4 o'clock. So it says the start date cannot be in the post. So I say this past. So I say this as 4 past 5. Save and return to course. So a teacher can create a post-dated live class, and the child can join only when it is open time only. If a teacher is given tomorrow as live class at 4 o'clock, that means child can join only at 4 o'clock. He cannot even join 3.59 also. Now I will show how a teacher can assign a homework or a test, creating questions, picking questions from question bank, and the valuation is the same for evaluation is the same for homework and test. Only certain settings are changed. So I'll just show an example of a homework. I'm just giving my name because this is a demo ID. A lot of people will be accessing to this. So I'll say this as description, complete the given homework. Okay. Now display description on course page. Scroll down. When this homework should be open for the children. So it's all, teacher can set whatever date and time. So I say that this should be open for the children from 4 past 5. You can, I'm just giving a nearby time so that I can show how it exactly appears in students diary and how a child can attempt to the activity. So if it is a homework, we can give an extra date and time. And if it is a test, what we do is we'll uh, give the same date, but the timing, the hours, the open time and closing time, we can change it. So I've given them 48 hours of time for the students to complete this activity. Now, once you give this time period, then you also have an option where you can give a time limit that during this period they can attempt, but they have a time limit of whatever time you want to set. So I want to set as 30 minutes. Teacher can give number of hours or minutes. Then the activity completion, it starts at 8 July, but it ends by 10th of July. So I say the same as my closure time. Then save and add question. So teacher has 3 ways of adding questions. She can create her own questions, or she can pick questions from question bank, or she can go with random questions. So let me go with adding questions. So I'll go with add questions, a new question. And whatever teacher creates a new question will all get saved in teacher's question bank along with the questions which are already there in question bank. So here teacher has different ways of creating questions. So let me go with a multiple choice and say add. So I'll say this as an MCQ question. And I'm going to give this question as the capital city of Karnataka is, give a blank. Now scroll down. Default mark you can leave as how many marks you want, and then say here I'm going to give some choices. So I say Mumbai, I say Karnataka, and I say this as Punjab or Bangalore. So for me, the right answer is Bangalore. So I will select this as 100%. The others are 0, which takes as none. So save the changes. Now I'll show how a teacher can. So you can preview your question. If you feel like you want to edit your question, you can also do that. And I want to add a question which is a subjective question. I want to go with a short answer. Click on, and whatever teacher gives question with answer, system will automatically correct it. Only the answers the teacher has to correct. I'll say this question as a short answer question. Scroll down and I say this as, what are aquatic plants? So this is my question. I want to give answers. I leave the default mark as 1 mark. Scroll down and I'll add my answers as plants that grow in water. Or I want to write this as water plant. So I'm typing in capital letters. So it is not case sensitive. You can type in capital letters or small letters. Now, suppose if the child answers this way, I want to give 100%. If the child answers this way, I want to give a 60%. What if the child answers in different ways? The system might give us it's a wrong answer, but the teacher has an option to change the answer, change the marks, I can say. So I go with add questions. I can go with a new question. I want to show how a teacher can go with an essay type. I say this as an essay type question. Then I'm going to add my questions. I say write a note on pollution. So that is the teacher. Teacher is going to now give an instructions to say that type the answer in the given space. So that means the teacher is going to allow the child to either type it or answer in paper and attach the work. Now I'm going to leave this as 10 minutes as default marks. So teacher can add her own question paper and she can add marks accordingly. So here I'm going to go for an option that the child can either type or they can attach. If they're going for attachment, how many attachment I'm going to allow them and save the changes. Now I go with add questions. I go from question bank. So teacher can select questions from question bank, and after selecting, if she want to edit the questions from question bank, that's also possible. So teacher will get the list of questions, a list of chapters along with the number of questions. So I'll scroll down, I'll go with the set of questions which are there. So I go with metals and non-metals. Preview the question before you add. So I click on preview. And if you feel this is the relevant question, you can select. You can add number of questions, how many you want, and then add selected questions to the homework or a test. Now, my total marks is 13, so maximum grade will also be 13. So if you want the students to get in different order, you can shuffle it, and now you can save. Now, what I'll do is I'll log out of the present ID, and I'll log into a student's ID and attempt to the activities given by the teacher. Go to user login, select the ID and login. So now whatever activities the teacher has given will be available here. So you can see that there is a live class. So child can directly click on join class. So he doesn't require any link, ID and password. Only the FlipLearn app is through that he can join. Now teacher has given some learning content. So you can see that there is notes and assignment. The child can just download the folder. And teacher has given a Kannada grammar from a YouTube. So whatever teacher selects, only that will be visible. Child can maximize the screen and play it. Teachers also send some learning content. Now here comes teacher has sent some homework and tests and also open to the homework and you can attempt it. Suppose if you don't find it here, come to the school platform. Sorry. So here you can find out here itself. Also there are activities. So I can go from school platform, or I can go with the timeline, or I can go with the event. So I'll just go with the home page, open. Then teacher said, complete the given homework. Attempts allowed is 1. It starts at this time, ends by this, but have a time limit of 30 minutes only. So go for start attempt. Then here, I've selected a question from the question bank. So children will get in different order because we have selected the option of shuffle. So I'm typing in small letters. I think Yashashvi ma'am, your screen is getting annotated. And here you can see that, teacher said, write a note on pollution. She said, type the answer in the given space or answer in paper and attach it. So I'll say I want to type it. If not, I can go for an attachment. Click on the file. Choose the file. And suppose this is my answer sheet. So I say this as an answer sheet and upload it. Child, once you finish the homework, they can see the marks. Only the lengthy answer the teacher has to correct. Wherever a question given answers, it will be auto-corrected. But in the test, we'll try to block the option that the child should not see the marks when as they finish attempt or later while the quiz is still open. And after the quiz time, if you want the students to see their marks, you can allow them to see, or you can also stop it until you want them to see. So this is a wrong answer. It shows what is the correct answer. The others all are okay. Now here it is. Teacher has given 0.60 because teacher has given us 60%. Now here the lengthy ones teacher has to correct. So what I will do is I will log out of this ID and I will log into a teacher's ID and show how a teacher can do the correction. I'll go with teacher. I'll go to the school platform. And teachers will be thoroughly trained on how to use the platform. And we don't train all at a time. We go one by one. So in the first training, we train them how to attach a file folder. Then we'll ask them to practice. Then if any doubts, we clarify the doubts. And we go with the next part. Until the teachers are thorough, we don't go to the next feature of it. Now I will go to the grades and I'll show how a teacher can do the correction. So here you can see that the number of students and there are activities given by the teacher. So I'll just scroll to the last because my activity is at the last. Open the activity. Now you can see the number of students who have attempted from the group. So it says one student is attempted from the group, and whoever has attempted, we get the option of review attempt. So click on review attempt. You can see, do the correction each question wise. Here it's not yet graded because the teacher has to do the correction for the lengthy answers. And every question has an option make, comment, or override. That means that it allows the teacher to do the changes. Now here the child has got 0.60. I want to change it to 1. So go to make, comment, or override. Instead of 0.6, I want to change it to 1 mark. And save the changes. Now you can see the marks are changed to 1. And here the lengthy answer, the teacher can go to the typed answer, or you can go with the attachment. Open the attachment. Once you download the attachment and see what is that answer about, then you can give the marks accordingly. So go to make, comment, or override. So here I'm going to give my feedback, that's a comment and marks. So I want to give 9.5 and I want to give the feedback as well done. And scroll down to save the changes. So once it is done, now the teacher can see the overall performance of the child, how the child has performed. So here is got 11.50 out of 13, it's 88%. Now you can also download the entire class report. You have an option download. Then you can go with the Excel sheet and download. So open the Excel sheet and you can see that overall performance of the child as overall performance of the class. So it shows when they've started, when they've completed it, what is the time taken, what is the grade. It shows per question what is the marks. So not only that, a child can also check his marks post the teacher's correction. So I'll show how a child can see the marks. And we do have a principal dashboard where a principal can see the overall activities of of teachers and whatever activities assigned. You can check through your ID only if any teacher has given activity, what is the activity about, the homework, what is the questions about. So I think there is some error, otherwise this would have been shown. So the child also can see the marks post the teacher's correction. So here you can see that review shows the child to see the marks per question wise. So here the child has got 11.50 out of 13, 88%. So here the teacher has changed from 0.6 to 1 mark. Here the teacher has done the correction and she said the feedback as well done and she's given 9.50. So let me take to the principal dashboard. Almost I'm done with my presentation. 5 minutes I'm going to close. So I'll select this principal dashboard and you can see in the dashboard the number of students and teachers, the active and non-active, current onboarded and removed. So let me show if okay, I can download the report as to how many have logged in per day wise. It's up to from 730 and 90 days. So if I want to open, just download the report and you can see per student wise and teacher wise how many of them have logged in for the day. And you can see a graph also of that, the logins. So you can see here student wise. So you see that yes shows, that means they have logged in. So it shows day wise the logins of student and teacher. The no says that means they've not logged in. And if teacher has sent any post like announcement, album and a homework, we can see here each teacher wise if they have done any posting. And not only that, if any activity given, you can also view the activity. So go to the events. And if there's a live, this is the homework given, just go to the activity. So you can see what is that. You can preview the question paper. You can go to each question wise and see what is the questions the teacher has added. And if teacher has given a live class, then you can directly join the live class. No permission is required to enter the live class. So if teacher has given any learning content, you can also go through the learning content. Just click on the video and it plays. So go to the activity and then the video plays. Yes, this was all about my presentation.